We are pleased to have the legendary Jean-Marc Léger on the Research Mavericks podcast. Most of you probably know him. Jean-Marc founded Léger, Canada's largest market research and analytics company. Longtime partners with Voxco. I don't want to steal his thunder. Jean-Marc, welcome to the Research Mavericks podcast. We are very excited to have you here today.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. Jean-Marc, we would love for you to provide some background, how you got started in the data collection and research space to our audience. That will be really exciting for them.
Oh, thank you. Maybe the first element, I'm probably one of the first clients of Voxco. So many years ago, 35 years ago, and we're still working with Voxco. So it's a fantastic platform. We have only good things to say about it. Léger was created, in 1986. So currently we have 600 employees working in North America. So we have 8 offices across America. But offices mean nothing today because most of the people are working from home. But we're established in New York, established in Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, and everywhere. So, Léger's secrets essentially, we have made 14 acquisitions over the years to attract the best talents. Because before artificial intelligence, we need to deliver real intelligence. So that's our works over the years, and to develop expertise in many sectors, including healthcare sector, including CPG and retail sectors and public affair sectors. And over the years, things changed so rapidly. So our strength was to adapt to this new reality. And over the years, it's we had a lot of success, and we're still in acquisition mode. So we're still looking for companies in the U.S. particularly to continue to grow as a market research and analytics firm.
That is awesome. Talking about acquisitions, was 360 Market Reach was your most recent acquisition, or did you do anything after that too?
No, we're working on. A year ago, we bought this company from New York. We're specialized with consumer packaged goods, so CPG sector. We also have, because they're working also with large clients, including L'Oreal, including Danone, Revlon, so a lot of good companies. So, and in the US, of course, contrary to Canada, you must be really specialized. Canada market is different because it's a regional market, and you have to be a journalist, to work with in many sectors. So that was a year ago. Currently, I'm discussing with 22 different companies
Wow.
to find the right fit for us.
Fantastic. And hopefully, some of them are listening to this podcast and will reach out to you for a conversation.
We're open.
Fantastic. So, Jean-Marc, we would love to know what kind of work is Leger involved in. It would be great if you can give examples of some projects.
Yeah, of course, in our business, we're delivering insights. So our job, it's deliver the best insights we could with an exceptional client services. So that's the recipe behind Léger. So we work, with government. During the COVID time, for example, we had poll every day. So we have all the research polling sector, who's one of the sector, which we also have an online panel. So we invested heavily in our panel because in this industry you have low cost panel and you have premium panel. For us, we have a premium panel. We have close to 500,000 active panelists here in Canada. We're building our panel in USA. Also, that include B2B panel, healthcare panel. So this is second line of business. We also have all the analytics component for us. So we invested also to develop this kind of algorithm predictive model to ensure that we could support our clients' need. And finally, we also bought a digital agency. In our business, it's really important not only to deliver insights, but to be able to execute for the clients. So that's the Léger's ecosystem inside the group. We're a one-stop shop. And that's why we're successful, because we could accompany our clients from the research need to the execution.
Perfect. Can you talk a little bit more about the panel? I've heard a lot about the proprietary panel that Leger has. It's one of the best. What is your recipe? Just give a little bit more color for us.
Yeah, maybe what's interesting, and when we started this business more than 20 years ago, we're alone in the market, and it was possible at that moment to do a RDD sample. Imagine that's not possible today with all the firewall, but we had 30 computers at that time who generated 4 million email per day. So you have the email gmleger@rogers.com or gmleger@telus.com or Jean-Marc Léger at. So we generate emails to recruit people. So the basic of our panel is really strong. After that, of course, we need to find different ways, so different campaign to attract people to answer our survey. So we developed this offer. It's so strong currently that we're the largest in Canada, but all of my competitors use my panel. So that means you will find Ipsos or all the other companies across Canada. They will use our panel because we're the most accurate one. So this is interesting. So Ipsos is not my competitors; is my client. So this is the industry. We're working. Sometimes we compete. Sometimes we're working together. So competition is not as it was.
That is very true. I am seeing that on my side as well. 100% true. Awesome. Shifting gears slightly, we talked about the ORDD sampling. We talked about the research projects and analytics projects your teams are working on. What kind of modes are you using to collect data?
Oh, different modes. Of course, we still have a call center because we still need to accompany our respondent and some more difficult task. So we have a call center of more than 300 employees still today, and it's useful. Essentially, we're working more on the tracking. We have a lot of tracking here in Canada, so we're using both methods. So the call centers and also the online panel that we're having. So, but the online panel help us also not only to answer survey, but to follow the respondent with the approval, of course, of the respondent to understand where he has, what is the habits, on which website he's doing. So the database is not only answer and question and answers. It's more than that. It's not only their perception, but also their behavior. So that's why, and we combine this with clients' data. So to really understand the customer journey overall. So we have access to so many data today. So it's easier, to predict the market than it was a few years ago. A few years ago, the research market was there to evaluate the what's happening. So you had the development of the quantitative research. After that, it was the why. So all the qual research in the 90s. After that, it was the who, so the segmentation. And today, the main preoccupation for the clients is the what if. So to develop predictors to understand where the market is leaning. So you could see over the years the evolution of the market in that direction.
That is a very interesting point, Jean-Marc, and Voxco is already working on the predictive capabilities, like you guys are. So, just a quick question on that: can we give an example of what if methodology or project that you guys are working on today?
But for example, we're working a lot in the telecommunication sector. So they need to find really quickly which clients could leave.
Yeah.
So with artificial intelligence and insights, we could understand that you have probably we have what we call the switch away. So 6% of their clientele will switch away in the next few months. So the question is how you could identify these people before they already think about leaving the company. So that's why we establish a lot of criteria, a lot of segmentation to identify these people and for the company to offer them the right package to ensure that they will be able to stabilize their clients. So this is part of the predictive models that we're having internally to prevent these people to switch away. So this is a concrete example how it could be useful to use analytics tool based on solid data also at the same time. Because of course, on the other side, we have a lot of challenge, fraud or respondent who just want to receive money, but they say stupid things. So we have a lot of issues to ensure the quality of the information. So currently the investment is more to ensure the data quality, to clean the database, to ensure that we have strong data. So it's not access to data anymore, it's to be sure that the data is accurate and useful.
Perfect. And for data quality, do you have your proprietary technology in house, or do you work with certain vendors that we have worked with in the past?
No, we have our own team who is dedicated to the quality of the information. So we develop our own tools internally to ensure that we could identify really quickly fraud at the beginning. When you have a panel, so you have a lot of people who try to get on the panel. You also have artificial intelligence boot that they use to answer our survey. So we need always to develop new technology to prevent these potential issues. But also we have the team to really quickly. But we have a lot of tools to identify them really quickly. The issue is sometimes we need to work with other providers, and it's always more difficult to evaluate the quality of the information when you don't control the data from the beginning to the end.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we talked about data collection, we talked about AI, we talked about prediction, but our podcast will not be complete today if we don't talk about polling, especially given the US presidential elections that are coming up. And I
Yeah.
know you guys do a lot of work in American politics also. So, would you want to share anything that you want to share regarding American politics, be it the polls that you guys are looking at, be it the methodology? I'll leave it to you.
We have a webinar shortly on this question to U.S. politics, because as pollster we are really good to predict the past, not the future, because of course what we're measuring it's what's happening. So it was what happened. So it's difficult to measure to evaluate what will happen in the near future. But we have a lot of indicators. Currently, it's really close. It's a close race. People outside the USA take for granted that Trump will lose. No, that's not our perception. I think it will be really close, and Trump will be president of the United States or in jail. Nothing in the middle. So this is also we are entering in an unpredictable era. So it's difficult to figure out. What we know currently is the election will be decided in only 5 or 6 states overall, because the electoral system in USA with the electoral college changed a lot of perspective. So that means 5 or 6 states will decide who will be the next president of the United States. But at the same time, you need to follow the content. You need to follow the issues and the agenda, because usually is the president or the candidates who focus on the right issues who win. So this is crucial. In the United States, they don't care about politics. They don't care about a lot of different issues. They care about the inflation, cost of living, interest rate. So the question, who can solve their issues? Because voters don't vote for candidates. They vote for themselves. So which one will offer the best future? So this is something, someone a few years ago said, it's economy stupid, because the economy is the key element in the US election. So economy is good with a lot of obstacles, and interest rate is one of the key obstacles for all the household in the US. So the question is, who between Trump and Biden could help them to get more money and to have a better future? So this is the key question, and the answer currently is not clear. It's 50-50. If we have election today, it will be 50-50. So Biden or Trump could win the election, but the election it's in 12 months. So a lot of things could happen from today to the November 2024 election.
Yeah. I had a similar conversation with our previous podcast panelist, our client at Siena College. So they do a poll with New York Times. And by the way, they are pretty very close to you. They're also predicting sort of a 50-50, very close race between Biden and Trump. And as you said, it is the extreme scenarios we're dealing with right now. There is no normal that we're used to in the previous cycles.
Exactly. The things are really different. You can't compare to 2016 election or 2020 election. It's different today. The world is different today. So, and it's more than a silent minority who will decide. It's more than that. People are so upset against politics, against politicians. They don't trust Trump, but they don't trust Biden either. So the question at the end, if they will vote or not, and also what will be the main issue during this campaign. and the candidate who will control the agenda will control the outcome of the agenda, and this is the key. And that's why nobody at this moment could predict what will happen. The only prediction, it will be in the margin of error at the end.
So that's a very important issue you're raising right now. And I'll ask you the same question I asked Don Levy from Siena College. The question is, as you mentioned, the silent minority will decide the future of one of the biggest democracies that we have. Um, so there are many people that will tell you they're going to vote for X, but in the end go vote for Y. And there are many people who, in the end, are not going to go vote, as you said, right? The probability of voting is probably something you're capturing. How do you survey this population, which is very hard to read? And this is the deciding factor in basically predicting who's going to win.
Exactly. That's why it's more and more difficult with the right wing parties, because you have a lot of people who will not share with others that they support the right wing parties. That's an issue in USA with the Trump vote. That's an issue in Canada with Poiliev vote. So this is always an issue for a pollster. That means the left wing will speak loudly about their choice. That's not the same thing on the right side. So essentially, we're talking about silent majority or minority, but you have also a noisy minority. I think we went from silent majority to the noisy minority. These people on social media, they are everywhere, but they're not really what the Americans think. So this is why it's so different to understand the reality. And as a pollster, we need to find ways to be sure that people who don't believe in the system, people who are not, they don't have habits to vote, can change the result of the election, because next time they could vote. So this is the main issue. You have two times more people on the Trump side who don't share with their neighbors or friends for which party they will vote than the left side. So this is always an issue for pollster to underestimate the right wing parties. It's the same thing in Europe, in France, in Italy, or in Brazil. It's an issue all over the world that often the polling will overestimate the left wing and underestimate the right wing. And USA, this election will be also an issue for pollsters.
Very interesting. And Jean-Marc, if you're open to it, I'm thinking of creating a panel with our pollster clients, many of them, as you know, some of the biggest ones in US and Canada. And if you're open to it, I would love to get you on that panel to discuss the puts and takes, because this is the hottest topic right now.
Yeah, exactly, and it's important to follow what will happen in the next few months. Also, the fact that Trump could be in jail, it's also a huge issue. This is unique. You have someone who could, who's the major candidates of a major party who maybe can't run for the election. So it's something. It's really unpredictable what will happen the next few weeks. Since 2016, it's up and down. It's a roller coaster for pollsters to try to follow the public opinion in this amazing U.S. election.
Absolutely. And at the core of it, as we discussed, is the data, is the panel, is the integrity of the data. And so tying the dots back to data collection and research technology,
Yeah.
what challenges do you see in the space that research technology vendors, including us, should address in the coming years?
Yeah, challenges and opportunities are the same for me. Things
Yeah.
have been changing for 37 years, but never so quickly. So I experienced the arrival of computers, in the 80s, or the internet after that in the 90s. That changed everything. But the same thing today with artificial intelligence. This is crucial for our future. And one of the most important findings I had over the last few months is that most clients do not have the right to use artificial intelligence due to internal rules and restrictions. So this is something that we should understand as a supplier, because this gives us an extraordinary, a fantastic advantage to be smarter than our clients. And this is the key of our success, because we are the one who investing in artificial intelligence and to find ways to improve our insights, to be more efficient, So I think that the key is, is is the fact that to deliver more insight with a powerful platform and deliver intelligence more quickly and rapidly and less expensive. So this is the equation of success, the integration of intelligence, platform, and efficiency. And this is what artificial intelligence could bring. So it's a world of opportunities more than challenging. Some people will have some winners, will have some losers, because it's not the best technology that wins, but the one that clients will buy. And this is not always the same. So the question is how we could adapt, how we could be sure that we will deliver what the client needs. So the intelligence plus platform plus efficiency is the key.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Same topic. You already mentioned AI. You mentioned some other technological changes that are happening pretty rapidly. What excites you the most in the research space today?
Oh, artificial intelligence, of course.
Yeah,
That's my daily today. Today I have a meeting with all my employees, how we will use it, what is the rule, because that changed everything in the way we're working. Artificial intelligence will not replace researcher, but researchers who don't use artificial intelligence will replace those. Will be replaced by those who use artificial intelligence. So everyone must understand that from the beginning to the end, for a market research company, artificial intelligence will help, will create also some issues because, of course, more you are expert, better you could be with the artificial intelligence because they will say also a lot of stupid things when you will ask question to artificial intelligence, but they will say also something brilliant that you didn't think about. So the question is how you could master this new artificial intelligence tools and technology. This is the main challenge for everyone today.
fair point. And do you have any use cases in mind to start applying AI towards, like right now?
What is fantastic is my young researchers were the best. They're not afraid to use artificial intelligence, so they find different ways every day to improve insights, to improve the quality of the questionnaire, to improve the understand better the issues overall, or summarize information. Artificial intelligence, when it's with good use, it's fantastic. So we have different tools we're using, but we're investing time and money to be sure that my team will be more efficient.
So you already mentioned this young researchers using AI today. Do you have any advice for the budding researchers? And then we wrap up the podcast.
Yeah, I think be open to change. The world will change, so it's a world of opportunities. We found that during the internet, the arrival of the internet, but today everything will change. So the discussion we'll have in 1 year will be so different than the discussion we have today. So this it's amazing development for everyone. So I think the main advice is you should listen the young researcher. What boy? The main advice is you should listen the young researcher. They are the key of your future.
Perfect. Perfect. One last question I'm going to add. Is there a question that you wish I asked you today?
No, but maybe the last one. One of the other advice in our industry is follow the money. Who's the winner, who's the loser, and you should follow them because, of course, you will have leaders who will understand the market better than you. So just follow the money, and you will see. And that's the path for the success.
Love it. Thank you so much, Jean-Marc Léger. It was such a pleasure hosting you, having you with us today, getting to know a lot of your path, how you got into the field, and such awesome advice for our budding researchers out there. Let's make the community stronger day by day, as both the companies have been doing for a long time. So thanks a lot once again for being with us today.
Okay, thank you. It's a pleasure working with Voxco and you guys.
Thank you.